What is up, pre-algebra students? This is lesson 77. Our objective is how do you solve inequalities with negative coefficients? And so let's just recall real quick. Whenever we're graphing, if you have a less than or a greater than, you're going to use an open circle. If you're less than or equal to or greater than or equal to, you have a closed circle. So just remember that as we get to graphing on the next page. And let's do just a little bit of investigation here. We know that 1 is less than 6. That's an obviously true statement. If I subtract the same number from both sides, does it still come out to be true? Well, yeah, 1 minus 2 is negative 1. 6 minus 2 is 4, so that still comes out to be a true statement because negative 1 is smaller than 4. So yes, it comes out to still be true. What if I multiply by a number? Well, let's say I multiply by 3. Negative 1 times 3 is negative 3. 4 times 3 is 12. Is 12 bigger than negative 3? Yes, it is. That's why I put a check mark there. Well, what about if I multiply by a negative number? So say negative 3 times negative 2 and 12 times negative 2. Well, negative 3 times negative 2 comes out to be positive 6, and 12 times negative 2 comes out to be negative 24. So is 6 smaller than negative 24? No, that's not true. So this one's not true. What changed? And what changed is that we multiplied by a negative number. Multiplied by a negative number. And if you multiply or divide both sides of an inequality by a negative number, so if you multiply or divide both sides by a negative number, you must flip the sign. So notice here, this would be true. 6 is greater than negative 24. So since I multiplied by a negative number, I had to flip that sign to be facing the other direction. So let's take that practice and put it to good use. So I'm trying to solve this and then graph it. So in order to solve this, my n is being multiplied by negative 3, so I need to divide by negative 3. Woot, woot, woot. That's an alarm going off because I just divided by a negative number, so I need to flip that sign. 21 divided by negative 3 gives it to be negative 7. I'm going to flip that sign to be, instead of a greater than like it was here, now to a less than, and this is going to be n. So I'm going to put an open circle on negative 7. And then since n is bigger than negative 7, I'm going to go to the right. Now, let's try another one here. Now notice, as I distribute this in, which is the first thing I need to do, I'm distributing in a negative 3, but I'm not flipping the sign because I didn't add in this number. It's just one that's already there, so I'm simplifying down just one side. So this would come out to be negative 3n minus 30 is less than or equal to negative 72. So now I'm going to start simplifying down by adding 30 to both sides. I'm going to get negative 3n is less than or equal to negative 42. I'm going to divide by negative 3. Woot, 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 woot. See the alarm going off because I'm dividing by a negative number. It's going to give me n is greater than or equal to, I believe that is 14. So this time I'm going to use a closed circle. Since n is bigger than the 14s, it's going to go to the right. Alright, don't freak out with this one. Remember, this symbol here is like a grouping symbol saying those two are being divided by. So the opposite of dividing by negative 7 is to multiply by negative 7. Woot, 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 woot. That's right, I just multiplied by a negative number, so I need to make sure that I flip the sign there. So this is going to be b plus 9 is greater than or equal to 28. Because the negative 4 times negative 7 came to be positive 28. Subtract 9 gives me b is greater than or equal to 19. So I'll put a closed circle right here on 19. B is bigger than 19, so I'll be going to the right. Somehow I've picked ones that all go to the right so far. Fun stuff. For this one, notice we have two variables on the same side, so we don't need to add or subtract, we just need to combine like terms. So since we have a negative 4 minus 8, it's like saying negative 4 plus a negative 8. So it's going to be negative 24 is less than negative 12x. Then I need to divide by negative 12. Woot, 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 woot. Alarm going off saying I'm dividing by negative. So I need to change the sign there. This is going to be 2 is greater than x. So I'm going to put open circle on 2. This time 2 is bigger than x. X is smaller, so that means it's going to go to the left. Alright, 2 more. Still the same concept of what we've already been doing, just a few more steps involved there, so don't freak out or run from the room. We're going to go and distribute this in. This is going to be negative 4 plus 35 minus 35m is greater than or equal to 171. These two I can combine together, which is going to give me 31 minus 35m is greater than or equal to 171. I'm going to subtract 31. Subtract 31. And I'm going to get negative 35m is greater than or equal to 0.41. Divide by negative 35. Woot, woot, woot. That's alright. Alarm is going off. I'm coming up here so there's more space. It's going to give me m is now less than or equal to, let's see, it goes in that 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So that means I'm going to put a negative. It's going to be negative 4 because the top is positive, the bottom is negative. So I'm going to put a closed circle there on negative 4. M is less than that, so this is going to go to the left. Alright, same idea here. There's just have to distribute twice. So 4 times 3k is 12k. 4 times 4 is 16. I'm going to say this negative 6 times 8, negative 48. Negative 6 times that negative k is going to give 6k, which is less than or equal to negative 50. I can combine this one and this one, which will give me 12, 6, 7, 18k. And I can combine this one and this one. These are different signs. Will give me negative 32 is less than or equal to negative 50. So then I'm going to add 32. So on the left hand side I'm going to have 18k. On the right hand side, so different signs I'm going to subtract. This is going to be 8, negative 18. So divide by 18. Notice I'm dividing by a positive 18, so I do not need to change the sign or flip the sign there. So it's going to be negative 1. So then this is going to be a closed circle here on negative 1. Since k is smaller than that, it's going to be going to the left. Okay, your homework is a worksheet, and I have worked out several of them off your worksheet, so you should not get a 0. So just good luck with that. You can do it.